Ryan, my question is for you and whoever else wants to chime in. Congrats on your 3 GLAAD Media Award nominations.
Thank you.
I love all your shows. I noticed one thing that you're very good at is that advocating for different minorities. I'm gay and disabled, and I see that like you advocate a lot and feature a lot of disabled and gay characters. So I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about that. Like, how important is it for you to advocate for these different minority groups? And do you think that, television can be a form of advocacy?
Well, thank you for your wonderful question, first of all. I really, really do. I feel that television can change the world, and I think that we've seen it happen, and I think it's true. And I have to be really honest with you. There was a moment for me where I realized what you have just talked about. And what happened was the first season of Glee. When we wrote that story was really about different people who felt like outcasts and misfits. And so, we were looking for archetypes, we were. But the first time we did a Glee tour, we went to like a dress rehearsal, and I showed up and I set the show, and I looked out into the audience, and I remember I saw, there's a character on that show named Artie, and I saw, I think, 12 boys in wheelchairs who had shown up. And it was sort of amazing, and I saw a couple girls with Down syndrome who had showed up, and I talked to their parents, and many of them had driven across country and paid extra money because for the first time in their life they had, not just our show, but they loved seeing someone who was telling their story, who was an advocate for their point of view and was making them feel more like the new normal, so to speak. So that was a very powerful moment for me, and I got very weepy, and I was so moved by it. And I've kept in contact with a lot of those parents and those kids. And so whenever I create any show, I'm very aware of that. And there's just sometimes that you work with actors, and it doesn't matter what kind of actor they are, you lose sight of their so-called disabilities, and they're just fantastic in the fact that they get a chance to show the world that talent. It's just talent, and that to me is my absolute favorite thing to do in my job.
That's beautiful.